Hi guys, this is Elizabeth Cermak from Your Highest Light, Master Life Coach and Spiritual Coach, here every Tuesday at 3:33 to talk to you about your favorite topic and mine, attracting and creating your most beautiful life. And I am here on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, and this will later be on YouTube and also on Instagram or on IGTV. So if you're watching this, wherever you're watching this from, let me know. Give me an emoji. Tell me where you're watching from. Thank you, Mark. Good to see you. And if you're watching it on YouTube later on, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like it, click that bell so you can be notified when I put a new video up. And just let me know if you're watching it at the replay on Instagram and Facebook. Go ahead and do #replay. So it's so good to see you. This is my favorite time of the week. So today we're going to be talking about doing one thing in order to make your life better, and that is changing your perspective. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. So we're going to take a trip back into time when I first started my psychotherapy training as a psychotherapist. This is something that I learned that really changed my life. So I'm going to be teaching it to you today. So good to see you. Hi Dorothy. Hi Juan. Mark, good to see you guys. Okay, so if you guys didn't catch the video from last week, please go ahead and catch it. I will put the link below, and I will, on YouTube, you can see this video right before this one, because last week I talked about mindfulness, and I just really think it's important to do that video first, because you don't have to do the video first, but it's helpful, because what I'm going to teach you today will be easier if you are practicing mindfulness. And there's a reason for that. Practicing mindfulness improves all areas of your life, literally. It improves everything about your life. And today we're going to be talking about how to change your perspective, how to change your thoughts, how to better guide your thoughts and feelings in order to improve your life. So in order to do that, if you're practicing mindfulness, you're going to become more mindful of your thoughts, and you're going to be able to guide your thoughts and feelings better. So you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to be doing both together, but it's so much, you're going to see a lot more better results if you do. So go ahead and check that mindfulness video from last week. So how is everybody? Let's see if I have any comments so far. I'll answer all comments. So if you guys have a comment or a question or anything like that, even if I don't see it during the video, I'll answer it afterwards. So go ahead and always ask me anything. If you have any suggestions for topics that you would like me to do the same. Okay, guys? So last week, like I said, we talked about mindfulness. This week, we're going to be talking about how to shift our perspective. And it sounds so easy, right? A shift in perspective. You guys, mindset is everything. I think of George Harrison saying it's all in the mind, right? And the Beatles cartoon, George Harrison would always say, it's all in the mind. But it's so true. You know, mindset is everything. And if we have the right mindset, we're going to have a better life. If we have a super crappy mindset, no matter what's going on around us, we're not going to be happy or successful, right? Whatever your definition of successful is, mine includes being happy. So you can decide for yourself what that is. So like I said, we're going to take a trip back into time, and I'm going to teach you guys a simple technique that I learned when I first did my psychotherapy training. But first of all, I want to make sure that you guys know that the ego will try to tell you, the ego is the part that edges God out, right? E-G-O, it edges God out. So the ego will try to tell you that nothing will work. The ego, its job is to keep you unhappy. And so I'm going to tell you kind of at the end how to do this and why you won't want to do it. But it's okay. Go ahead, and the ego's job is to keep you unhappy, right? It's to also, so go ahead and, if you don't want to do it, or if you think you can hear the ego talking, saying that this isn't going to work, go ahead and just say, okay, whatever, and go ahead and try it anyway. I'm going to give you an example of this at the end. So I'm going to include, and the blog, if you guys check out the blog where this video will be as well, and you'll have to see the link to the blog below, but I'm going to include a worksheet that will be helpful for you to kind of walk through this. So what we need to do in order to change our perspective is to identify what our thoughts are, because our thoughts are causing our feelings. So if we're feeling crappy, if we're feeling upset, it is because we are thinking something. And you might say to me, Elizabeth, I'm not thinking anything. I don't even know what I'm thinking. All I know is that I'm upset. That's okay. We don't always know what we're thinking that's creating us to be upset. And again, the ego is going to tell you, oh, you're not thinking anything that's keeping you upset. That's why this exercise is not going to work. Okay, thank you, ego. Thanks for your input. I'm going to go ahead and try it anyway. So we're always thinking something that's causing us to feel upset. Now, the the key is, I'm going to teach you today how to identify what that is, because a lot of people will say, I don't know what I'm thinking, but it just takes a little bit of effort, and you will. And believe me, it is worth it to sit down for 5 minutes and do this exercise during the day, because it is going to change your day and change your mood. So I'm going to share a simple chart where we're going to talk about and this chart is just going to have, it's going to say situation, thought, and feelings. Okay? So the situation is whatever is going on around you. It's who, what, when, where, what's happening, what happened. That's the situation. Our thoughts are a sentence. So thoughts, I hate this, I suck, everything's great, I love this, those are thoughts. So people always, I do not want to question anybody's intelligence, but people always get their thoughts and feelings all mixed up. And that's why it's so important to tease them apart, because that's how we can change our perspective and have more beautiful thoughts and create a more beautiful life. It's so true. I mean, that what we're thinking creates our lives, because we act based on what we're thinking as well. And so if we're thinking that we're fat, for instance, we're going to act in a way that's overweight, or I hope that I'm sure you guys understand what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I got off topic. So the situation is the who, what, when, where. Your thoughts are a sentence, and a feeling is a one-word vibration in your body. Okay? So feeling is one word. Happy, mad, sad. I don't like this is not a feeling. That's a thought. I don't like this is a thought. A feeling is a one-word vibration. Mad, glad, angry, happy, ecstatic. Those are feelings. So you don't know, every client that I ever have asked when I was doing psychotherapy or when I'm doing coaching, people do not understand this. So again, I'm not questioning your intelligence, but this is just how it is. We need to really think about this. So a thought is a sentence, a feeling is a one word vibration in your body. Our thoughts cause our feelings. Okay, so what I want you to do is whenever you're feeling upset, I need you to sit down and ask yourself these questions. What is the situation? What is the who, what, when, where? What happened? What is happening around you? And then second, your thoughts. What is a sentence? What are the sentences going through your head? And I want you to just write down anything that you might be possibly thinking. You don't have to think about this ahead of time. Just free write it out to get it out of your head. Okay, so go ahead and write down any thoughts that you have. It could be 10 thoughts. And then what I want you to do is go back and pick out the most distressing thought. What is the most distressing thought? And then your thoughts are causing your feeling. So the feeling, if it's angry, if it's sad, whatever feeling that thought is causing, I want you to write down the feeling. So the situation, the thought, and the feeling. That's all you need to do. And you will see it all teased out. And I'm going to give you an example. Okay, because a lot of times we think the situation is causing our feelings. And the situation is not causing our feelings. It's our thoughts about the situation that is causing our feelings. So it is the meaning we are giving to the situation that is causing our feelings. The situation is neutral. It is not good or bad. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. So, okay, say that the situation, the who, what, when, where is that, say I'm feeling upset. Say you're just feeling upset about the fact that your client did not call you back. You had a new client and the client didn't call you back. That is the situation. My client didn't call me back. That can be a thought too, but that's the situation right here. So the thought, my client did not call me back, that is not the thought that's making you upset, but that's okay. You can write that down as a thought. Why are you upset? What is causing you to be upset? Well, because it is the meaning behind that. Because it's the meaning we're giving, the fact that our client did not call us back, that is a thought, but what is the meaning we put behind it? So the thought could be I suck. I did a bad job. The client everything sucks. The world sucks. I hate everything. Those are the thoughts that are causing you to be upset. Okay. And you can hear the all or nothing thinking. I'm making the thoughts very dramatic just to give you an example of how this can be. But a lot of times we are having those dramatic thoughts. And once we write them down, we're like, wait a minute, this isn't true. This is crazy. This is not true. So that's why writing it down can help, because the ego keeps you slightly uncomfortable all the time, right? So the ego does not want you to identify those thoughts. It wants to keep you slightly irritated and uncomfortable. And once you identify the thoughts and you expose them, they can't hide anymore, and you can guide them and control them. I don't want to say that we can control. Don't try to control every thought that you're having. That is not what the key is. The key is to guide them. So guide your thoughts and feelings in order to live a more beautiful life. Okay. So say your thought is, okay, so the situation is my client didn't call me back. Your thought is, that means I suck. And then your feeling is, of course, depression, hopelessness, whatever that is. What I want you to do is I want you to go back and look at the thought. Let's give a couple examples of thoughts. My client didn't call me back. What happened? That probably means I suck. I did a bad job. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. These are all thoughts that you could be having that can cause you to be upset. So the thought I suck, for instance, is probably the most distressing thought. So we're going to circle that thought, the thought I suck. And then we're going to ask ourselves, is this a helpful thought? Now, I used to have my clients be like, is that accurate? Well, accurate, Prudence is having a nightmare if you hear her crying over there. Accurate and inaccurate thoughts are kind of hard to identify when we are super upset. Like it's like I suck, that feels like a fact sometimes, when you're really upset and you can't think straight. So I don't want you to even ask yourself, is this accurate? Is this irrational? No. Is it helpful? Does this help me to move my life forward, to have a better life? Obviously, the thought I suck is not helping. It is not a helpful thought. So we choose a more helpful thought, right? I'm looking at some of my notes. So obviously the thought I suck is unhelpful, and it's obviously inaccurate. We can look at that now, but at the time you might not be able to see that that's inaccurate. So what would be a more helpful thought? Well, that's not true, that I suck. That is not helping me right now, at least. That thought that I suck is not helping me. I am a child of God. I am human. I'm allowed to make mistakes. I am not a victim. I'm a miracle worker. I'm not a victim. I'm a miracle worker. I'm a human. I'm allowed to make mistakes. Okay, so those are all, so I hope you guys are repeating those after me, because those are helpful thoughts to have any time of the day. I'm human. I'm allowed to make mistakes. I am not a victim. I am a miracle worker. Sometimes if we choose a thought that's just a little bit better than the thought I suck, like, well, I'm doing all this stuff to improve my life. You look at the facts of what you're doing around you to change, to be better. So sometimes the other thing that I want you to do, A Course in Miracles calls a miracle a shift in perception from fear to love. So all you need to do is be willing to see this differently. And all you need to do is pray for a new perspective. Ask God, dear God, please help me to see this through the eyes of love instead of fear. So I hope you guys write that prayer down, tweet that prayer, hashtag that prayer. Dear God, please help me to see this situation through the eyes of love instead of fear. You don't have to do this all on your own. You can ask for spiritual support, and you should ask for spiritual support to help you hold on to those new thoughts that you want, those helpful thoughts. Sometimes even waiting for God to give you a new perspective can be helpful. You have to wait for it. The ego speaks first, and the ego speaks loudest. The ego speaks first, and the ego speaks loudest. The Holy Spirit is God's messenger, right? And that's going to be quieter, a more gentle voice. And sometimes we have to wait for it. I would say spirituality is a lot about patience. It's about waiting. It's about creating space and waiting for God to fill it. And so sometimes just asking, and wait for that new perspective, you might get, and give it to God. Give it to God to help you to fix whatever the problem is. If you're worried about something, there's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to be doing a training on my Facebook page about this, actually. Beautiful Mind, Beautiful Life Facebook group. Guys, join the Facebook group. It's great. If you want like-minded people, and if you want help changing your thoughts in order to develop a more beautiful life, go ahead and join the Facebook group. So, because I'm going to be doing a training actually on giving our worries over to God. So it's amazing, when you actually can do this and you hand over those worries to God, and you're like, I've done everything I can, help me. You can wait and see what God does to fix it, that it's something you could have never done or that you could have never planned. So the same goes with, give me a new perspective. Please help me see this through the eyes of love instead of fear. And you wait, and then the new perspective will come. It will come. You have faith. It will come. I was going to say something else about that. Give me a new perspective. That's okay. I'll think of it later. Okay, so hi, Erin. Hi, Craig. Good to see you. My husband. Hi, Danny boy. Hi, good to see you. So yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, please let me know. Please comment below or send me a message. I do have a sheet. I'm going to publish the blog, which is going to have this information all written out. So go ahead and check it out in the blog, because this is one of those videos that was kind of hard to verbalize. So it will be easier when you see it written out, especially with this sheet. If you guys want me to email you this sheet, please email me, elizabeth@yourhighestlight.com. I have my blog and I have my website company who helps me, but I do my own blog every week. I actually put all that information in, and for some reason, this is TMI right now, but I cannot figure out how to upload the form, so I'm not gonna contact the website company. I'm just going to have you guys email me, and actually it will be worth it your time to email me and just tell me I want the form from that video. I will send it to you because it's, like I said, it's so worth it to take your time out from the day to sit and do this. And I think it's really nice to have a sheet written out where you can just, you can use this with any issue that you're having. Oh, and I wanted to tell you this. So this is, okay, so I learned this like years ago and it really changed my life. But once I added like the spirituality piece to it, like the mindfulness, the meditation, that really helped me to guide my thoughts and feelings a little bit better. So I feel like this is the basis, but it's always good to be doing those other things as well, holistically. So I've been doing this for years, and it's amazing how helpful it is all the time. But this weekend it was funny because I knew I was going to be doing this video, and every time I'm doing a video on something, it like the law of attraction like makes sure that I know how to do what I'm talking about. So I was upset about something. I don't even remember what it was, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it. You know, the mind, and I know this from my psychotherapy training, our brain wants to keep us feeling the way that we're feeling. So when we try to like interrupt that, it's going to tell you, no, it's not going to work. So that's like the ego, the part that I just got out. It's going to tell you, oh, it's not going to work, because the ego wants you to feel like it's impossible to be happy. So I was like, nope, I'm not going to do it. It's, for some reason, your brain will not want to do this in the moment. But what you have to do is ignore that. Like, okay, whatever that voice that says, I don't want to do it, it's not going to work, say, okay, thank you for your input, and then do it anyway. So I went ahead and did it anyway, and I forced myself to be like, what am I thinking? And I wrote it down, and believe me, it helps so much, okay? So it will for you too, and it will help for any situation when you are upset. And if you want somebody to work with, like a coach, to work with closely with some of these things specifically that are going on in your life, please contact me, elizabeth@yourhighestlight.com. I am still taking new clients. I don't know how long I will be taking new clients, so make sure that you contact me and let's take advantage of this opportunity right now. Okay, I love you guys. I will see you. Oh, actually, I won't be here next week. I'm going to be at a doTERRA conference next Tuesday, and then my husband and I are leaving to go on tour with Paul McCartney. I always say we're going on tour with Paul. Not really, literally, but we are going to see him. We're going for about a week, and we're going to 3 different shows. We're going to go see him in 3 different places. So that's going to be amazing. So check out my stories. I'll be sharing all about our adventures on Instagram and Facebook. On Instagram, it's Elizabeth_your_highest_light, and Elizabeth Cermak, your highest light. You can find me on Facebook. So I will not be here next week. I think the following week I will be here, but I will let you guys know on social media. I always let you guys know like the day ahead of time. Okay, I love you guys. Please, like I said, subscribe to my YouTube channel and get on my email list. So I hope to see you guys soon, and let me know whatever topics you want. I talk about how to change your thoughts, how to change your life, develop a more beautiful thoughts and a more beautiful life, and whatever it is, you know, if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. Peace and love. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.